Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. Here we are again looking at Mvis. Mvis has been a mixed stock over the past 6 months, but what we are seeing now is a potential trend change. You can see down here on the MACD, we are looking at a potential reversal in trend, and again that would be something really nice to see. But in this video we are going to be doing a quick technical analysis on Microvision stock. Now bear in mind guys, this is nothing more than a technical analysis. If enough of you guys do like the video, if it gets a few views, we definitely may do a fundamental analysis if it is something that you want to see. If it is something that you want to see, do tell me down below as well, by the way. Again, it depends on how many views this video gets, but either way, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. So an alarming amount of you guys do actually forget to subscribe, unfortunately, so do make sure to press the button. You can join us on Twitter at N2SFinance. You can see that on screen, or the link should be in the description. Alternatively, you can find our Patreon link in the description as well, and we have a website called markets-daily.com. Link to that will be down below too. Now let's have a look at Mvis and how it has been moving over the past day, over the past 5 days, and over the past 6 or so months. So for this one, I really do want to zoom out to the past 6 months because it really does provide all of the context that we need to know. So the past 6 months has been a really rocky ride for Mvis, but clearly we are still in the green in that period. We are seeing slow and steady growth in that time frame. Yes, we have had spikes here and there. Some people were saying that Mvis was a short squeeze stock, and then we had that massive pullback, from those highs that we saw. But where we are right now, Mvis definitely has found itself quite level in the $13 range, perhaps even the low 14 at some point. But yeah, we do appear to be quite stable at this point. Again, we'll zoom in a little bit closer onto the 6-month chart once more, and you can see we hit lows down here from what I can tell, which were on 1367. From there, we have been going down ever so slightly to the 1343 mark, but ever since we have been stable. So as I did say, we have been stable in that $13 range. We've dipped below it before in the past, but most recently we do appear to be stable there. On the 1-month chart, we can see that things have been going down, unfortunately, and we are on the red in there. We can see that on June the 30th, so basically at the start of this month, we were on a price of about 1722. Right now we've fallen all the way down to 1377. But unfortunately for us, we have been stable since about the 19th of June, so July rather, so we have been stable for a decent amount of time, which is good to see, and that definitely could indicate the trend change that we are seeing on that MACD pattern. The past 5 days has been a mixed bag as well. We hit lows down here on Tuesday of 13 and 1, so we nearly did come down to the $12 range, but fortunately we have found the support at the $13 range. It does appear to be the case. And we have gone on to bounce from there and hit highs in the week, which were up here in the $14.40 range, which really is superb. And like I said, to even coming towards the end of the 5-day period, we're seeing more and more consolidation around that mid to high $13 range, which is fine. The 1-day chart, so obviously Friday, has been mixed as well, mainly falling though. We hit highs at $10.27, which were at the $14.26 mark. Ever since then, we hit lows down here at about $13.67, and we've been stable for the rest of the day with a little bit of a push up towards the end. Now let's have a look at the more technical charts and see what the indicators are saying on this stock. For this one, we're going to start off on the 1-day chart and have a look at the moving average, which is pretty stable, pretty flat. It definitely is below where we are right now, and the simple reason for that is because we had that big push up at the end of the day, so clearly the share price is above the 1-day moving average, which is fine. Now subsequently, because of this push-up that we saw at the end of the day, we are looking at an RSI figure of 68. Now bear in mind guys, 80 is considered to be overbought. 68, we do still have some room to go before we are technically overbought, but we are coming close to there in my opinion, and the simple reason for that is because we had that push-up towards the end of the day. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, but I would assume that that may cool off at some point into the next week. Overall, we are seeing a MACD trend which came positive throughout the end of the day from these lows that we saw down here, and again that is also attributed to the growth that we have seen on the 1-day chart. The 5-day chart shows things a little bit more clearly. We can see that moving average down there. We are pretty much almost exactly on that right now, although it is ever so slightly above where we are right now by a couple of cents. You can see the top of that pink tab sticking out above the red, but there we go. We're pretty flat to that, pretty true to that, which is fine. We are seeing the RSI figure at 54, 4 points away from being neutral neutral, so nothing to be concerned about. And so far, that MACD trend on the 5-day is looking quite bearish, but it is picking itself up right now, which could be a good thing. Things become really clear now when we move out to the 1-month chart, where we get the figures such as the 50-day moving average, which by the way is set at 1687. Again, that is going to be a lot higher than where we are right now, simply due to the fact that it tracks the past 5 days, the past 50 days anyway, rather. And obviously, we have been falling in that time period, so it does all make sense. Now, we have seen an RSI figure down here of 40, quite neutral, only 10 points to the oversold away from 50, so nothing really to be concerned about. And when we come down here to the MACD, we can see a potential change in trend. We can see, obviously, the MACD has been in the red for a while, and then we've had these few green candles picking it up, which are looking pretty good. And ever so recently, we have flipped over, and we are coming into the green on those candles right now. So we're definitely above the line over here, and we can see the lines on the MACD flipping over. We are very, very close to neutral on those lines, but obviously they are definitely flipping over, and this could be an early indication of a trend change. Now, bear in mind, guys, as I did state just a few moments ago, I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, and here, like I said at the beginning, we are only looking at the technical side of the charts, not the fundamentals. So there definitely could be some discrepancies and differences there, but we are looking at what the charts are showing us in the past month or so. And obviously, one thing that we can see down here as well is that volume for Friday was on 2.62 million. That's compared to the previous day's volume, which was at 2.5 million, and the day before that at 3.4 million. In contrast, we saw high volume up here of 5.42 million, and another high volume day down here, I would say, at 4.31 million. So you can get a bit of a gauge in the past month of how the volume figures do look for this stock. So overall, in the past 3 months, we have seen a lot of red. You can see that from those highs up here in the $21 range, we have been down ever since, but now we do appear to be stable. We haven't really dipped below the $13 mark, so going into this week, I would love us to remain above that $13 mark, as it does appear to be a decent level of support. Again, I would love for us to break past the previous resistances that we have been hitting, such as the one that we hit over here. You can see we have had a bit of difficulty in the past week, breaking past the $14.20 roughly range. Especially past the $15 range, we have had a lot of difficulty breaking past that in the past month. But realistically, one thing that we are even struggling with at the moment is basically breaking past the $14 mark and then onto the 14.20s, as are reflected in these candles up here. You can see that we have touched it for a few moments, but obviously we have came down pretty much almost exactly after. So going into this week, in a worst case scenario, I would love us to remain above the $13 mark. Ultimately, it would be fantastic if we could see some consolidation at current levels, as it is quite high for the stock at the moment. Again, a worst case scenario would be to go down to the $13 exactly mark, and if we can remain there, that's fine, because that is a support. When it comes to resistances, I would love us to break past $14. If we can do that and consolidate above there, I would love for us to break past the $14.25 range. If we can do that, I think things are looking okay for a potential trend change for Microvision, as that does appear to be a level of resistance that we are hitting. So ultimately, would I buy Mvis stock right now? I think it is hard to say. I think right now I personally would not, as it is in the early stages of a potential trend change. It's very hard to say at the moment. I don't think it is showing enough signs clearly, in my opinion, to say that it is there right now. That's just my personal view, and I'm not hating on this stock at all. Obviously, it has potential. I want to hear your opinions down below, and if it does change trend, I think things, in my opinion, would definitely be different, and that is why I would love to keep you guys updated. So thank you for watching through till the end, but let me tell you about our Discord. So on your screen, you will be seeing the N2S Finance Discord. Obviously, it is split into multiple sections. Basically, at the top, we have updates from me and all that kind of good stuff. If you scroll down a bit further, we have the main sections where we focus on cryptos, SPACs, and other hot stocks, including penny stocks, even stable growth stocks as well. And we even have a special AMC GME chat. If you scroll down, you can see some research and DD from the community. We also have funny memes, and you can see actual contributions from members down here. And again, if you do join us, it is completely free, link is down below. But if you do want to become a Patreon, you will actually get a pink sticker which will be displayed on your name. So your name will come up in pink as mine comes up in red down here, and that will show that you are a Patreon. But other than that, guys, you can join completely for free down below. You do not have to pay anything if you do not want to. Thank you for watching. See you soon.